Hey guys, before this one take, I just want to take a minute to talk to you about Autotempest.com. They've been a sponsor for a while, but even before that, we were using them to look through classified ads for cars because it makes searching so much easier than going to each site and typing in the same information over and over and over and over again. When I was looking for 240s and M3s, I got really sick of going to each site and typing in the make and the model and the transmission, and hitting enter and going to the next one and the next one. You don't have to do that with Autotempest.com. It's so great. You just go to Autotempest.com, you type in all the information, you hit search, and it brings up all the listings from all the most popular car classified sites to one page. It's great, and I am frankly surprised that more of you don't know it exists. Think of it like one of those bad dating shows where they put all the people in a cabin and they lock the door and they make them fight over roses, okay? In this case, the cars are the people. The producers are Autotempest.com. They push them all to you, and then you decide which one you're going to marry for a while until, like, the fame and fortune runs out, or reliability becomes an issue, or depreciation. This analogy got weird. Autotempest lets you find and compare cars from AutoTrader, eBay Motors, and all of Craigslist. Lastly, Autotempest is completely free to use, which is why I like it, but they need word of mouth to grow. So if you like it and you know someone is looking for a car, tell them to check it out. It helps them out, it saves them a ton of time, and it's a great resource. Now, enjoy this one take. Morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. This should be a lot of fun because this is a modified Golf R, and I'm a huge fan of the Golf R in stock form. Adding modifications just adds power, which is always a good thing. And so Sean was nice enough to bring it up. Thank you very much for coming out this morning, man. You've done a bunch of stuff, like appearance stuff, but power stuff. So let's talk about the power and the drivetrain. What have you changed in this?
EuroDyne Stage 2 ECU tune, and EuroDyne Stage 2 DSG tune. Intake, full exhaust, so downpipe and catback, and turbo blanket, turbo inlet pipe, and blow valve.
So what are you making power-wise now?
About 382 crank and 400 torque.
Okay, so you basically jumped everything up by almost 100.
Yeah.
Pretty much from stock. Stock is
292
and 280 torque, right?
Correct.
So we're up 100. That's a lot. That seems like a good number. And I know you said about the RS3, you felt like that was an underpowered vehicle, right?
For the amount of money I drove my friends, that I think they should definitely have to give it more power.
Okay, that's a really good thing to talk about. We're going to talk about that while we scare ourselves, because everybody is, a lot of people complain we don't get the RS3 hatch here, which I know sucks. I think the RS3 is really good looking. It's a great performance car, but we get a pretty good option, and it's called the Golf R. And this is a 2018, correct?
2017,
sorry. So it has the chassis dynamic control upgrade, and otherwise you've put a bunch of Go Fast bits on it. So let's see how she do. We're gonna drive in manual mode so that we can shift for ourselves. Wow. That's so seamless. That's so easy. Oh, dude. I mean, it's what I expected, is like a well-balanced machine that puts the power down really well, but it's like we're so insulated in the front seat from, I don't know, all the little road undulations are just being smoothed out into butter. Such a good package. These cars are so great. Okay, so when you got here, you said you went from an Evo. And what did you say after that?
I regret nothing.
He regrets nothing. So what did you like about the Evo when you got it? And then why did you switch?
My friend had one back in the Army, and I sat in it. The day I signed up, I was like, I gotta get me one of these. But then since I had the Evo 10 MR, the dual clutch was about to go because too much power, and then you couldn't hold the power. And there's not a lot of interior space, so this fits all that. I go fishing and stuff. I just fold the back seat down, fit all my rods in there in the back.
Yeah, the seats don't fold in the Evo, right?
No.
That's such a know, I don't know why they do that. Maybe there's a little bit of structural rigidity going on, but it's like there's plenty of performance cars that have folding seats, right?
Yeah.
So why can't everybody just do it? Anyway, continue.
But yeah, so I looked into this car. I was looking at the Forester XT and STI, but all my friends with WRXs and STIs says don't do it. So
Why do they say not to do it?
It's just too much money to make it go fast, apparently. I guess the motor is not that reliable.
I think, yeah, they don't take to power like like these cars do. I mean, this is, you know, Volkswagen's 2-liter. Like they've been using it for a really long time. The potential is ridiculous. I don't want to say unmatched in the modification world, but they're really potent engines out of the box, and then you start putting mods on them, they respond super well. I guess we'll just keep going down for a bit because obviously I don't want to sit behind a forklift or a whatever backhoe bulldozer. The engine's really smooth. Like it turn, you know, you can turn the wick up really reliably. I mean, there's like people running Golf Rs with mods running what, like 12s in the quarter mile, maybe like high 11s with basic bolt-ons. It's really impressive. Their engine engineering is really good. And yeah, Subaru. I had a Subaru. I definitely am a little bit biased to trying to like them, but the power doesn't go up as quickly. And I don't know. This has hatchback practicality. You can't knock that. I think it's a really good-looking car, and I think this is a package you can live with for a while. Let's see. I mean, this thing, dude, your power pulls all the way. Red line's at 6, and I'm feeling it pull to 55. Let's see. The brake pedal feels really good. It's nice and firm. Steering weight's up nice, and yeah, I feel like the rack speed is correct. The weight is correct. I could use a tiny bit more feedback, but it's pretty good. You know, when the chassis is stiff and the rack speed is right, it does a really good impression of steering feedback. You know, because this is electric steering, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they started with the first R32. That was like the first electric steering, and that was, you know, well, it was the first one, so it needed some work. But what I like about this car is, you know, it's competing with the Focus RS and the Civic Type R as far as like performance point and price.
Yeah.
And the Civic is a couple hundred pounds lighter and quicker on a track, but
I think it's too much in your face. Just
it's so much in your face. It's like the Civic's like Dennis Rodman. It's like it's really talented, but questionable fashion choices. You know what I mean? Like I just can't get over. I couldn't walk out to it every day. And I know looks are subjective. That's fine. This car, I feel like you could grow old with. You could drive this. I could drive this car for like 20 years, and it looks aggressive enough that I wouldn't feel like I'm driving a boring mobile. But it's not so crazy that I go, man, I can't believe I'm still parking this at the office. All right, we'll turn around now. I could drive this for an hour, and this would be the longest video ever, and the internet would hate us. Well, they hate me, and you would be held hostage. It just does everything right. It does everything so well. Jeez. This is so good. Makes the right sounds. Puts power down in the corners nicely.
Just really needs that tune to wake up the car.
It does. When you bought it, were you like, all right, how long was the time from when you bought it to when you modified it?
The same week.
Same week. My man. I ordered a downpipe the second I got home from when I bought my STI. Do you have are the brakes modified at all?
Oh, they're stock.
Stock brakes, no pads or fluid or anything?
Nope.
Okay. It's still, I mean, it's not getting mushy yet. It's a very cold day. It's like 40, well, it's cold for LA. It's 45 degrees. So it's probably doing a good job of pulling the brakes off. That's going right. You know, it soaks up these bumps nicely. The chassis stays flat. I think the weight distribution is the same as the Focus RS. That engine does make more power stock and also takes the modifications really well. But you know, it's a cool time. It's a cool time. You've got multiple flavors of all-wheel drive hatchbacks, and I know we don't get the RS3, but I think this is a great car. This is fast. It sounds good. You got blow-off noise. Does you have blow-off valve on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the Turbo Smart dual port, so half is recirculating, the other half is dumped.
I'm being quiet because I'm very focused, but this is quick and fun, and it does everything you expect it to. I knew I'd feel comfortable right away in it because I've driven other cars built on the same platform, like the S3 review I did that had like, you know, full suspension and chassis upgrades. But this feels pretty familiar. Oh man, that sounds awesome. I think I was gonna say this is the best sounding 4-cylinder in the game, but I think they all sound pretty cool right now. They all have a good aggressive tone that's not too buzzy. Oh yeah, and you've done a front strut bar.
Yeah, and
right.
the rear chassis brace.
And a rear chassis brace. So what differences did you feel?
But the front strut bar is kind of giving more understeer. So hopefully when I get the rear sway bar, it's gonna fix some of that.
Yeah, that's something. I mean, I haven't pushed it to feel the understeer yet, and it's not jumping out aggressively, so that's a good thing. But I remember back in the day, and maybe it's still happening, like a lot of people thought the first mod you needed to get was a front strut bar. You know, New Speed. Oh man, they must have bought private jets with the number of front strut bars they sold. And you can come to find out, squirrel. Oh, you got it. You know, if you make the front too stiff, like it can actually make the car steer worse. If the rest of it isn't set up for that, or if it's overly stiff in the front and you don't have enough tire, like, you know, that's a tough thing to do. But if you start upgrading the rear chassis and everything else, and maybe some sway bars, like, well, now you're building the car cohesively, and it's gonna feel really good. Traction control is nice. It's not really invasive. I mean, I know it's on and keeping us, like, it's allowing us to, you know, go full throttle in the corner, coming out of a corner early, but it's not intervening. Dude, this car is so much fun. I feel like this is an M3 with a backpack. It is, and I know that that's what the S4 is supposed to be, but I don't know, man. I like this more. I don't know why. I think I like the interior a little bit more than the S4. At least the new one is. I mean, Audi interiors were like the best in the game, but I feel like they've definitely gotten a little. They almost seem sparse. It's just like 3 vents and like a little screen, and this is, you know, nice, intuitive. They're still using the same screen as they have been for a really long time, but the gauges are awesome. I like the blue, what are those called? I can't even think anymore.
The accents?
Yeah, the blue, we'll call them accents. The needle, that's what it is. The blue accents are good. The shiny black plastic is nice. How long are you planning to keep this a long time, or are you already itching to do something, get something else?
Well, I'm itching for more power, so.
Yeah, you definitely need it. We're going super slowly right now. It's just, oh, I did that. I was hitting the camera. No, it's not hitting the camera. Oh, maybe it is hitting the camera. I'm sorry. Well, we're done, and I'll move that camera out of the way immediately. This is a great car. I keep losing my thought because I'm having too much fun. Sounds good. A little bit loud inside, but do you get highway drone at all?
A little bit. It's not that bad compared to my Evo.
You just turn the music on. Well, yeah, compared to the Evo, Evo exhaust, a little aggressive. I'm gonna move the suction cup, and then we will say our goodbyes and thank yous, because I don't want to damage your wiper. And if I broke it, I'm sure that's a really cheap German part. Okay. This is awesome. This is a real good time. You can put stuff in it. I mean, again, all enthusiasts all love hatchbacks, and yet, like, not enough people buy them to bring them here. So I know it would be awesome if we got the RS3 hatchback. That'd be great. But we get a good car, you know? I don't know. We need everything, right? We're like, how come we don't get that? Like, it's like you didn't finish the plate you took. You're like, I don't want the Golf R. I want the RS3. Like, would you buy that too? No. So this is really fun. Dude, thank you. Thank you for bringing this up. And thank you for the service you perform. Sean's in the Army, or was in the Army, and your job's a lot more important and more difficult than mine is. Most jobs are more difficult and important than my job is, but this is awesome. I can't stop saying that. I'm a broken record. I don't know what to say. I got a lot of adrenaline going on now. There's been some quick cars today. So thank you guys for watching. Man, on a used market, this would be so attractive for me. Like, if you have to give up a little bit of, if you don't need rear-wheel drive anymore as a daily, this is an awesome car. And like, nicely done. Have you had any problems with it since you got it?
Zero problems.
I guess it's pretty new though. You wouldn't expect anything. So I will call you in like 5 years and we'll see, like, I'll call you the day the warranty ends, because that's always the joke with German cars, and then we'll see what's going on. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. Check out our podcast, put it up twice a week, jump in the super chat with live questions, and look at our Blip Shift store. We got a new merch partnership with them. They're helping us design shirts. We're doing one a month. The material is crazy soft. The designs are cool. We've got one up now with Matt Safari on it, kind of a sleigh running through the snow, and more coming. So check those out. Thank you for watching, and we will see you later.